feel like solopreneurs sometimes feel like they need to like struggle or suffer to like succeed. And like if they're working like 60-hour weeks or like doing all of these different projects, then it means they're successful because they're like experiencing the grit of being a solo. And it doesn't really have to be like that. I think like joining Full Stack reminded me that like it's okay and honestly better to just do things that you like to do, get paid for them more handsomely than for the other random tasks you're doing, have more space and time off. Like I'm taking more time off naturally and just giving myself more breaks now than I did, when I was taking those sabbaticals. Yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. I went on a tangent.
There's
I
no,
went on a journey.
yeah, go on a journey. Let's go. There's something interesting that happens when you like get super specific. And it's the opposite of what your smart, dumb brain tries to convince you of, which is you get more opportunities and you get to charge more.
Yes.
I don't know why it's hard to wrap your head around this idea that if you do something really specific and you solve a really specific problem in like a specific way, you can charge more for it because your time to value is shorter. You become more effective, more reliable, more credible, more competent. Like there's so many things that come from doing it, but your brain's like more is more. Like
Yeah.
less is very much more in that way.
Yeah, I think it's that scarcity mindset again. It's that like, well, if I let go of these skills that I can do, I'm leaving this money on the table for this client that could have been. And that's how the brain is like, no, don't do the thing you love, do all of the things. Even though like it's funny when like before Full Stack, I was like, if I do this website offer, I'm gonna lose so much money. And then I had a 25K month and I closed like 12K in like 4 days. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, this is better. And I had a way easier time selling. I felt like I wasn't selling. I felt like I was just like, again, talking about the problem, like making real connections with people. And then it resonated. And like, it was just like less work to make more money for something I cared more about. A no brainer trifecta.
That is incredible. You've never shared that part of the
Oh,
story with me
I don't think I
until now.
have.
Well, that part about like you talked about, you were like, it's crazy the people who are in the volume of people that are interested in this thing. But the part where you did a 25K month and a 12 and 12 right behind, or like a 12 in the hot, like that's insane. That's
Yeah.
amazing. What do you think it was? Like again, I don't really, it's not about Full Stack. I think it's just like what we try to do. And it's like, I'm just thrilled that it makes a difference for people, that like even the thinking just applies and it makes a difference for people. But I'm curious, what do you feel like was the shift that you went through in, what flushed the head trash or for you?
I think going back to something you were talking about earlier, I felt like I needed to have everything fleshed out before I could release it into the world. So, and that was also my brain being smart/dumb. And it was like, you need a full website because you are a website writer. So if you don't have a website, people are going to think that you don't know what you're doing. And then it was like, you need to have all the details figured out right away and you can't change it. And you have to have that set in stone. And then you have to market and all this other stuff before I could actually bring that offer to life. And so when I got kind of this thinking, this paradigm shift where I was like, oh, I can just build something in public, I can change it, I can do whatever I want. There are no rules. This is my offer. So I can do whatever I want. It all changed for me there. And I think there's also a bit of, I think, latent like fear in going after what we actually want too, where it's like, oh, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if it does? And like, I think there's that old adage of like, oh, people are sometimes more uncomfortable with success than they are with failure because they're getting what they want and then maybe they have something to lose or whatever. But it can be an uncomfortable feeling. So after, I don't know, I just was like, there's a difference in me every time I worked on a website project and another project. Like this clear, feeling more inspired, feeling more creative, just feeling more excited about my work. And like, it's a very relational process I have. So I get to work one on one with people and I love that. So there's this clear difference. And I was like, you just got to lean into that and just, you owe it to yourself to try. And also just, I think shooting down my brain when I was like, hey, I'm good at this and I have a gift and I have experience and I've honed this process over the years without even calling it an offer. Like I've already piloted this and it works and people resonate with it. So like I owe it to myself to really give it a shot and see what could happen. So all those things in tandem with each other.